Coucou mes filles, hello my loves, marhaba habibati. So in the series, in the trance, I swear to you, I can speak English. I know how to do it. I've got it. I just cannot speak English this week. I have been like just unable to carry a normal conversation for whatever, like I think my brain is just done. Like my brain is tired and it's had it, which is the worst time because things need to happen this week that require language and it's not happening. That adds to the fact that it's like almost midnight, but this is when I had time to film and you know, it's a full face of makeup. It couldn't go to waste. In the vein of doing top 5 videos, top 5 favorite videos, I want to continue this week with my top 5 favorite makeup palettes, eyeshadow palettes. What I realized was that a lot of the palettes that I own are actually limited edition, and I don't know, they are. So let me know if you want to see a top 5 limited edition palettes. I've done limited edition, I'm about to film. I don't know when order of things are going up, but you've asked me to do a top 5 MAC limited edition lipsticks, and that's on its way. And then I'm going to do top 5 MAC limited edition blushes, and that's going to be on its way. Let me know if you want to see limited edition palettes as well. But before I did limited edition, I was like, well, let's do something that everyone can access, and we'll start there. So today is going to be all about eyeshadow palettes. When I started my channel, I was the girl that like didn't have, I had 1 or 2 palettes maybe, and I used to say, I think I have an old like makeup collection video where I said that I didn't understand the purpose. I was like, well, why don't you just buy every single color you want as opposed to buying palettes? And now here's the girl that has more palettes than singles. There's just something about makeup palettes, the packaging, how compact they are, you can take them with you, they're pretty, they're just awesome, and they're easy to use. But let's not lie, for me it's the fact that they're just so pretty. And so I had to narrow it down to top 5 that weren't limited edition, and that was actually tricky because most of them, like I said, are. So I'm going to show you my top 5 permanent or like non-limited edition palettes and do a little bit of swatching. I'll also link down below any looks that I've created using those palettes so you can sort of see them in action, because I won't swatch every single shadow in there. But I'll talk to you guys about them a little bit, and we will go from there. I'm going to bring you guys on a little bit closer. I feel like we can't quite see the detail from this length. There's this farness, this distance. So I'll bring you guys in a little bit closer, and then we'll talk about some makeup eyeshadow, some eyeshadow palettes. Okay, so I'm grabbing these in no particular order. It's just what's in front of me. So my first is the Vegas Lights palette by Makeup Geek, which I think technically is limited edition, but it's been kicking around the website for a while, and so I don't want to talk about it. I also was going to talk about a sort of a caveat to it. So it comes like this. I have a whole review and like demo video on it, so I will link that down below. And what I was going to say is that before she came out with the foiled shadows, these would have been quite like distinct to the line. You wouldn't have been able to find anything that was too similar. But now that the foiled shadows are out, in case this goes out of stock, you can replace what I love about these in the foiled line. So the colors themselves are really pretty, and I really like these warm tones. But what I love about them is the shimmer, is like the opaqueness, and the kind of foiled effect to them. So I love the finish of them more than necessarily I love the colors themselves, and so you can replicate that with colors in our permanent line from the foiled shadows if this one happens to be out of stock at any point in time. But this is a really, really lovely palette. Makeup Geek really steps up its game and forces the rest of like high-end makeup to step up their game. Their shadows, I think, are between, I want to say like $6 and $9, depending if it's like in the regular formula or the foiled formula, whereas MAC shadows are almost $20, and I find Makeup Geek to be better quality than MAC. So it's a great bang for your buck, and I feel like eventually like their competitors, this is my theory, this is just me, I think Makeup Forever reformulated all of their eyeshadows because companies like Makeup Geek have forced them to step up their game. It's like, if you want me to shell out big bucks for your product, you better deliver, because I can get that kind of delivery from things that are a fraction of your cost. So, good on Miss Marlena. Marlena owns Makeup Geek, for those of you that don't know. Hand in hand with that, this is not technically like a pre-made palette, but this is my Makeup Geek palette. I have a video where I swatch all of these. I will link that down below. I talked about this guy in Shimmer Shimmer. This one in my favorite singles. It's so pretty, you guys. It's just, It's just the yeah, as I hit myself. It's the most gorgeous, like, brow bone highlight color. What else? Which other one's really great to show you? Razzleberry, this one. Let's see where my fingers are still clean. Do you see that pigmentation? Like, it's just the littlest swatch ever. It's just so pretty. Like, I just don't have any words. They're just gorgeous. Let me know if you want to see any other looks. I think I've only done the one look with these guys, so let me know if there are like families of colors you want to see in action, or just let me know which ones are your favorites, and all that kind of good stuff. So the Makeup Geek Shadow palette, you guys are too close, aren't you? Makeup Geek shadows that I've made into a palette is definitely my second in line for like my top 5. They're not in order, but you know what I mean. It's part of that top 5. Okay, the next one I want to talk about is actually the shadows that are on my eyes today. So this is a Lorac Pro palette. And the look that's on my eyes today, I'm playing it with. So it will hopefully have gone up either last week or this week. I'll link some information on that down below. But it's these gorgeous, gorgeous neutrals. And I think what makes this stand out from other neutral palettes is just how beautifully pigmented they are. Like, so this is Sable. I cannot swatch. Like this color right here. Like, do you see that? It's just, it's so beautiful and so pigmented and so blendable. And gold, that gold color is what I have on like the inner third of my eye. It's just, it's gorgeous. Like, do you see that? Amazing, amazing, amazing. So if you are in need of like a neutral go-to palette or something that you want to use with the next one I'll show you, if you need some neutrals, this one I definitely recommend, and I think it's the way to go. And it's awesome. I will say that like the packaging, people say this all the time, but it tracks fingerprints and it gets dirty, which is a little bit annoying, but it's what's on the inside that counts, right guys? So this is the next one I was telling you about. I still have the note on this. This was gifted to me by my sweet friend Jasmine. I'll link Jasmine's channel down below. But with something like this, which is the Urban Decay Electric palette, you want something like the Lorac Pro, so you can sort of put something in the crease to have a color on your brow bone. You just need a little bit of neutrals when you're working with Shazam all of this. Oh look, my finger went right into that. These are actually pressed pigments, and so you will get a lot more vibrancy. That's not a word, is it? Do you see? Like, it's on my my pinky finger. Because they're pigments, they're not like shot. Like, do you see that? That's pure pigment. So you can also, the cool thing with these guys is you can also use them as blushes. I know technically some of the colors aren't supposed to be used on the eyes. Like, I think it's an FDA thing in the US. But they're just such gorgeous colors. Let's watch like this blue shade for you. I haven't done, I don't think actually a tutorial with this guy, so I want to film one of those soon, because it's just such a gorgeous palette. And for anyone that loves color, this is the color palette you want, because so many palettes that have vibrant colors are patchy or chalky, or they don't work well. This guy is the way to go. Not to mention the packaging is beautiful. So this one is near and dear to my heart also, because it's a gift from a really sweet friend who means a lot to me. But I do highly recommend this, and yeah, it's one of my favorites. And then the last one I want to mention is my Tom Ford Sahara Haze. I mentioned this, I think, even in my Best of Beauty for 2014. The thing with the Tom Ford palettes, they are expensive. I think they're $80, or like 60 pounds, which that conversion doesn't make sense. If you convert 60 pounds into dollars, it's more than $80. Is what I'm trying to say. And so not everyone, most people will tell you that they are worth every penny. And the thing with these, I will link the look that I did on this below. Okay, let's swatch on the other hand. The thing with these is that the colors themselves, I cannot swatch, I apologize. The colors themselves, this is not doing it justice. I'll link that video. Even if you don't watch it, just click the link to see the kind of look that you can get. But the thing with these is that they're not, I've started the sentence 4 times. The colors themselves are quite dupeable. What's unique about it and what makes it worth the investment is how blendable they are. They blend into each other like a dream. You don't need to work at it. You can do your makeup with your eyes closed. I mean, you have to have them a little bit closed so you can get like into that crease. But you could do it blind with these guys. It does the shadows themselves. And look, there we are. Can you see that? They do the work for you, and that's what's amazing. They work so well together. It's just effortless, beautiful makeup that looks like you put a lot of effort into it without you having to. So those are my top 5 and a little bit of a swatch fest. Like I said, I will link any videos that I've done related to these guys down below, but also please let me know if there are specific looks or color combos or that kind of thing that you guys would like to see just demoed in action. Let's inspire each other and that kind of thing. Not inspire each other like I am some beacon of hope and inspiration. Like, let's all, you know, give each other great ideas on things to play with and all that kind of fun stuff. I'm gonna zoom you guys out and do some points of positivity. So my first point of positivity, you guys are gonna get weird with me, but I had some soup today and it was really awesome and it's making me really happy because it was cold outside and I needed some soup to warm up my soul. So that was the first thing that's making me smile and made me really happy. My second point of positivity is waking up for my alarm this morning. I always feel like I win. You know that feeling where you're like, ha, I beat the system. Yeah, that was me this morning. And that definitely brought a huge smile to my face. And then my third point of positivity is a sweet email I got from a friend of mine who I hadn't heard from in a while. And that definitely also made me really happy. As always, please let me know what's been making you guys smile. Let me know which ones are your favorite eyeshadow palettes. Since now I'm an eyeshadow palette junkie, I would love some great recommendations from you guys. There's something in my eye. So, you know, before I'm going to start blinking up a storm and wearing my makeup. So before that happens, I'm going to wish you guys an awesome day, whatever it is that you are up to. Hope that you're doing great things, having a blast, and I want to send you tons of love and remind you that life is just too short to wear boring lipstick. Bye, guys.